Good morning. How are you?
How are you?
Good. As good as it can be, right?
Exactly. What are we on? Week 3?
Yes. I kind of feel like the start of the stay at home was Friday the 13th.
Okay. We went a week and a half before that.
I see.
Um,
I see. I also
decided,
feel like that was the day that Portland Public Schools decided that spring
yes,
break would start a week earlier.
yes,
Yes.
yes. Well, good to see you.
Good to see you as well. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining 10 Minutes with 52 Limited. Today, we have the amazing Clay Walsh, Marketing and Communications Director at The Wild, to talk about her work from home routine and how you can also create a work from home routine or give tips and tricks on how best to kind of work out a home office. When you're ready, let me know when you want me to launch that poll. Otherwise, the floor is
Oh
yours.
yeah. Do you want to explain the poll?
Sure. So I'm gonna answer or pose a question that will pop up on everyone's screens, and it's a quick yes or no, just to kind of give Clay an idea as to how many people are working from home nowadays. You ready
Yeah,
for me to launch it?
especially post COVID-19
Correct.
restrictions and with the distancing
Correct.
policies.
Should I go ahead and launch it so you kind
Yeah,
of
go
get?
ahead and I'll get started. So thanks again for asking me to come chat with your community. And let's see, I have, so The Wild is an immersive collaboration platform for teams to work together in virtual and augmented reality, but that's not what we're talking about today. I just wanted to share that if you haven't heard of The Wild. So I know that the shift of working from home was kind of abrupt for a lot of people. And I actually love working in the office. I go to an office 4 days a week. The reason why it's only 4 is because I chose intentionally to work 1 day at home a week because our company has a flexible work from home policy. And I thought it might be a nice way for me to get used to that. Not knowing that this was going to happen, but also just focus time. The productivity is incredible. So I do that. And so when the social distancing started, I was able to shift into work from home on a moment's notice without a whole lot of disruption to my projects. So I guess I'm, wondering how everyone is holding up out there. I guess we can't do a poll question for that, but I suspect most people are on their 3rd week. And if this is new for you, it's new for all of us, including myself. And so, there is a way to get through the adjustment period of being someone who suddenly works in an office with other people to suddenly working from home and being alone. It probably sounds familiar to you, but the first week was amazing. You're like playing your own music and walking the dog and making your lunch, and everybody's on Slack sending memes and GIFs and, having so much fun. And it's really awesome. Zoom happy hours. But the reality is setting in now. And so with COVID-19, we realized that we're in this for the long haul. And we're definitely in it for another month minimum, but it could be longer. And a lot of people I've talked to are feeling a bit off now and feeling a bit paralyzed and maybe not feeling as focused and not sure, what's to come, not sure what day it is even. So yeah. What I'm hoping to talk about is putting a routine together, and routine is going to be your best friend to help you adjust from your regular work life in the office to someone who has a professional life at home. So it is possible to have a professional life at home. First, I guess my question is, where are you working? Please don't say bed or couch. If you can, recreate your desk at your home office. If you don't have a home office, find a back of a bedroom or, possibly a basement. Really try to stay out of your bedroom or on your bed. If you could have a desk and I even brought home my monitor, my keyboard, my laptop stand, and tried to actually recreate my desk. Brought home my chair from the office. It just really made the transition a lot easier for me, and I felt more like real and professional. Second, being in a routine similar to your previous one, post working from home, is going to help you tremendously. For instance, if you can get up at the same time you did before, take a shower, get dressed for the day. This is not a time to, wear sweats every day. I mean, I'm not talking about getting fully dressed, nobody needs to know you're wearing slippers or sweatpants, but try to look professional. You will feel more professional and you'll be more motivated if you start the day very similar to how you did that before. And if you don't have a commute anymore, which you don't have a commute anymore, if you do need a transition period, maybe you walk the dog or go for a walk or do something different. Go outside and have like a transition period before you start your day. Another reason why this routine for the schedule is really critical is because many of us may be headed back to the office in the spring, or maybe when this 30 days is over. I anticipate it may be longer, but many of us are going to go back to the office. So being in a routine will help you ease back into your old life as much as easiest as possible. I suspect many of us might really like this and want to work from home more often. So, maybe many of us want to just go back to the office. We're all really different, but staying in a routine will help you just ease back into whichever transition much quicker. Anyway, we talked about keeping your schedule the same as you did before, if you can. I realize many of you have kids at home now that are not in school, and so I guess any chance of like normalcy is out the window. We always talk about at work that any sense of professionalism at this point with kids screaming in the background is like pretty much the standard now. But, in that case, if you're in that situation, just schedule your work hours and work when you're working and close your laptop when you're not working. There's a temptation when you're at home to work on and off all day. And, the best freelancers and remote workers know that quitting time is quitting time, and you got to walk away when your workday is over. Like, for instance, I actually close my office door when I am done for the day, and I don't go back in there until the next day, if at all possible. Now, this one is really important. The third point I wanted to make today was about knowing your digital tools. You got to stretch your tech skills right now. If you don't have your own Zoom link or Google Meet link, now is the time. This week is the week for you to get to know your video platform for meetings. Take a tutorial if you have to. Make sure you understand the audio settings. Like, there's nothing more frustrating than people saying, "Can you hear me? Can you hear me?" and going back and forth and losing 5 minutes of that meeting. Just get that down. Master your video calls immediately. It's also really important because I'm certain that Zoom is the new meeting. Whether or not we go back to the offices after COVID-19, later this summer or fall, Zoom is the new meeting, and so that's here to stay. I actually use also a VR headset for some of our meetings because I work at the Wild and we are VRAR. So that's kind of fun. So between Slack and Zoom and Google Meet and the Wild, where I meet in VR, it's a digital space. So just get to know those tools. On a different note, just take care of yourself. We're not just randomly working from home. We're working from home because there's a global pandemic right now. So we're socially isolated in a way that we weren't before. So I had a couple of self-care tips for you. Make sure you're talking throughout the day. If you can get super lonely, phone or Zoom a friend or a colleague. Make sure you're connecting with others. Sometimes when I'm slacking away with my coworker, Melissa, she'll send me a Slack video and we'll just see each other really briefly just to kind of clarify some questions we're having that are not easily dealt with over copy or words. So just having that voice is really important. It will make you feel less lonely. Take advantage of having like your kitchen and take a civilized lunch, make a quesadilla or, have a big salad, use the oil and vinegar in your cabinet, to spice up your lunch. Take advantage of that. Take walks, stretch, drink water. I mean, all the same things that you should be doing at your regular office, you need to do at home. And I know that's really hard to do in a stressful time, but the more you can take care of yourself during this time is better. And one thing that I really wanted to mention is that now that our meetings are all digital, we're on the screen more than ever. And you have to watch the screen time. I have noticed the first few weeks of working from home, I was more tired than ever because I was on the computer way more, because at the office, you're walking around, you're talking to people, you have meetings that don't involve computers. So if you don't have like the the blue light glasses, maybe you look into that, you know, to watch the screen time on your computer to protect your eyes. You know, maybe you wrap your day early. I mean, that's something you might want to think about, working reduced hours now as you know, get used to it, just so you're stepping away. Lastly, just enjoy this time. I know it sounds strange, but you know, the time you're not commuting, you can connect with your partner or your pet or a housemate. You know, most people find that they're far more productive working from home. So, you know, take advantage of this opportunity and enjoy it the best that you can. And that's really what I have today.
Thank
I
you
hope
so
that was
much,
helpful.
Clay. Thank you so much. It was extremely helpful. It looks like of the poll, 83% are now suddenly working from home due to COVID-19, whereas only 16, that has shifted since I mentioned that, but 84% and then 16%, I think previously were working from home. But I think that your tips are really great. I think they make a lot of sense. I think that it was wonderful to see your face.
Yes, you too.
I miss people dearly. And I want to just say thank you, everyone, for spending 10 minutes with 52 Limited today.
Yes, thanks so much for having me.
Talk soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye.